Good morning.
We're back.
I'm Tim,
And I'm Josh.
and today we're going to do a little thing we like to call
Tap Talks.
Nice and subdued.
That's
Just
good.
really chill.
Mellow morning.
Yeah.
Mellow morning vibes.
I mean, I was on a coffee high, and I'm feeling like I'm reached that zen point today.
So it's time to have a beer.
It sure is. And I like to acknowledge what time it is right now. It is 10:35
10:35 a.m.
Thursday.
Oh man, the camera. What did it do?
Oh shit.
And
God damn it.
And then there's a balloon.
What?
What's with the balloon?
What the hell? There's some sort of possessed thing going on here.
Professionals.
All right. It's back up now.
All right.
I don't know what's going on.
Episode 0004, everyone. Professional one.
We'll keep it going.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't
Magic
go.
of
There's like
editing.
a random balloon from somebody's 60th birthday floating around here. It's really creeping me out.
I just kind of like came in, say hello. And just...
Yeah. Okay, let's get right into it. We got 4 beers that we're going to work through here today.
Where are all the 4 beers from?
They're all from Victoria, because Victoria Craft Beer Week is actually kicking off very, very soon here.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to be there next week for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm actually going to the big shindig, 10th anniversary of Victoria Craft Beer Week. And it turns out we have 4 craft beers available from Victoria Breweries right now on tap.
It just kind of happened that way.
Yeah. But that's what happens all the time here.
It does.
Because we're getting beer from all over. So let's go. Let's go. I think last week's was 19 minutes long. So let's try to
This is the brief discussion.
tighten it up.
Yeah.
It's about the beers today. Okay. So run us through what we got here, Josh.
Oh, you're kicking it off. You got Phillips.
Oh, I'm kicking it off.
Yeah,
right on.
cheers.
Oh, so this is cheers. Ding. Go sip first.
Oh yeah.
So this is a new West Coast IPA called Reverb from Phillips Brewing.
Relatively new. I forget when it came out.
Yeah, like I hadn't seen it before.
Yes.
New to me.
Yes.
This is a new to me and new to the Barley Merchant.
Yep.
West Coast IPA. And you know what? So Phillips Brewing has been around a long time. I think the idea was born in 2001, and then they started brewing it someplace. This is Mr. Matt Phillips in like 2003, and then there was something about some beer that got spilled, and the landlord didn't like him there, so he got a couple other people on his team. They both had the last name Bell, and they weren't related, so that was kind of ironic. And then they got the place on Government Street. They opened up the brewery. I had an opportunity to get a tour through there. General Manager Jim Lister took me on a little tour. I used to work with Jim when I was a manager at the Keg in Maple Ridge way back when. And now he's a GM over at Phillips. Took me on a tour. Amazing facility. Literally, it's kind of like Willy Wonka just went crazy in this massive facility, because it kind of like started in one area and then grew to another and then got bigger and bigger, and now they're huge.
Yep.
And I think it all, like, what was the first beer that you ever had from Phillips?
Ooh, I'm gonna say maybe Amnesiac Double IPA with the elephant on the bomber bottle. I think that was the first. That was among the first beers I had from Phillips. Maybe their Longbow Chocolate Porter.
Yes.
That also would have been a likely candidate for something I would have seen and drank and still do see and grab it.
You know, a little hot tip on the Longbow Chocolate Porter. Probably one of the best beers I've ever had that you can turn into a float. So if you've ever had a root beer float from A&W, take a dollop of vanilla ice cream and put it in your Phillips Longbow Chocolate Porter. We should do that here one day. Okay, so it's a West Coast. It's clean, it's crisp, it's clear, and it's got those citrus, piney notes. Nice little bitterness to it. Really sessionable, I would say, for sure.
Classic Phillips crushable beer.
Mm.
Delicious.
There we go. So that's Phillips.
Yeah.
What do you got there, Josh?
Okay, well, cheers, Tim.
All right. Good call on the cheersing first and then drinking. This is fun. I already forget what this is.
This is the Abbey-style Belgian Double, or Belgian Devil, by Horn. This is one of their Young Lions releases. This is the one with the amazing video.
The super cool. Oh my gosh! If you haven't seen the Instagram post that they filmed for this, it's pretty amazing. And not to play spoiler, go check out the post on their Instagram. Cameo by Mr. Sean Hohen himself.
Yes, and this is from their Young Lions series. So this is like their up and coming brew team, getting to kind of do new styles, new beers, things that aren't part of their core yet. I think they're just kind of testing some stuff out, doing some stuff they don't normally get a chance to do. And this is one of my all-time favorite styles. This reminds me, like the first one of these beers that I really, really enjoyed was called Grimbergen, and this tastes like a super fresh, refined version of Grimbergen. Like once again, very much a Hoyne style beer.
So what can you tell us about an Abbey style ale?
So traditionally in Belgium, there are the Trappist monks who would make beer for a living for their communities. And you'd have various levels of strength to the beer. Oftentimes they do fasting and they'd only have a beer that they had. So they want something that's like full of flavor.
Sometimes I fast and only drink beer, but I don't do it on purpose.
Yeah, it just happens.
It kind of happens.
Yeah, this is breakfast.
Social time with beer.
So despite being a slightly darker style, it's not a very intimidating beer, I think, for people to try their first sort of like really funky Belgian beer.
And definitely the malts very prominent on this. It's kind of like those light biscuity notes that they talk about.
Some raisin in there, some dark candy sugar. I believe they added a little bit of maple syrup to this batch as well, which makes us, I think, like 3 weeks in a row we've had beers that had maple syrup in them.
Yeah,
it shows you what I like to drink, which is sweeter beers in general.
The name on this one again was
the Abbey style Belgian Double from the Young Lions series.
All right, so there you go. Hoyne Brewing, another one that's been around a long time in the Victoria area.
And Sean Hoyne, I believe, has his master's in English literature. Their write-ups are legendary. Every single time we're getting a new beer from them, with the little write-up that we get to put on there is always just a treat to read. So
yes, absolutely. So the next one up here is brand new to us brewery. So speaking of how amazing the craft beer community is, cheers, Josh.
Cheers, Tim.
This, that's fun.
Ooh, yeah, that's very different from the last one.
Yeah, very tea. The tea comes through. Anyways, spoiler. So Beacon Brewing, Sydney by the Sea. They are a newish brewery. They've been around just for a short little while. I actually learned about them at the BC Beer Awards this past year because they picked up some hardware.
They did.
With their first visit to the Beer Awards. So kudos to them. And I walked over, said hello, and said, "Hey, I'm Tim from the Barley Merchant. If you guys ever want to get beer in Langley, I'd love to put you on tap." And they just kind of went like, "Yeah, we don't have distribution over there. Maybe one day." And then I had this idea. I just reached out to them through social because their neighbors from Small Gods have a fairly regular visit out this way, and they connected with each other. And now Small Gods is bringing us some of their beer. So I just love the way that they work together. So this beer, it's not the king of beers. It's not the queen of beers. It's the prince. Because it's called
When Doves Cry.
When Doves Cry.
Like the song.
Yes, exactly. Did you like how I did that?
I did.
That was good. So this is called When Doves Cry. It is a London Fog inspired sour beer.
Yes.
So you've got those really nice, tea notes, little Earl Grey-esque.
The lemon.
Yeah, there's definitely some nice lemony citrusness to it. Not overly tart.
No, that's definitely prominent. Like the name is legit.
We've had a few London Fog inspired beers, and this one punches up the lemon tea aspect.
They're not always sours. They're always sometimes ales.
Yeah.
So this is the first, I think, London Fog sour we've had in a little bit.
Yeah. Anyways, it's delicious.
Yes.
Yeah. This is like a summertime on the patio, kicking back, maybe sitting by the ocean in Sydney.
So you have to give these guys a visit on your trip. If you can't, how many places can you visit in one trip?
Oh my gosh.
You've got a lot to go to.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to check to see how far it is to go from Victoria up to Sydney. I know this Sunday, hey, if you're in that area, one of the events for Victoria Craft Beer Week is actually a little bus ride where you're going to go from Victoria up to Sydney, and you get to go to Field 5 Farms, which is a big, I guess they grow hops and
they do
barley and stuff there too, maybe? I actually don't know about that part.
I know at least hops.
But you're going to go to Sydney, to Beacon Brewing and to Small Gods and check out the farm. And it sounds like a lot of fun. I just won't be there. So, but hey, cheers, Beacon. Thanks for finding a way to get your beer to us here. And we're thrilled to introduce it to the people of Langley.
Absolutely. I think they'd be very excited. They're always happy to try something new.
Yeah.
From somewhere we probably haven't had before.
Brewery 143.
Yes.
There we go. More to come.
Okay, and then finally,
Last but not least.
cheers.
Last but not least. Yeah, there you go. Cheers.
So they've been brewing for over 25 years. It's Lighthouse. Lighthouse Brewing. This is their hazelnut dark ale.
Oh yeah.
And they've had a lot of absolutely classic beers come on the taps here that people just love. It is delicious. That's our patio music coming on. Oh no, just a car driving by.
Yeah, nobody can actually hear that because we're using microphones.
All right.
So we'll just that part out.
And we're back.
So yeah,
like dark ale. This is like drinking a Ferrero Rocher. And there's some coffee notes in here too. Nice spices. Nice.
I mean, all the flavors are kind of really subtle. So it's like very much like a dark ale, right?
Yeah, dark amber ale is what they call this one.
Okay, because I've had beers where they've used the Ferrero Rocher kind of like reference in the titles, Twin Sails, and that is like, it was chocolatey and it was hazelnutty and delicious in that style, and it worked awesome. This kind of dials back all those big flavor notes,
this is
and makes it just kind of like just subtle and flavorful. Yeah,
like I don't know if they can see or not, but it's not like the darkest beer in the world. You can definitely see how the amber colors in the light, like it's a dark amber ale for sure.
Yeah,
and super fun. It's been a big hit. Staff really loves it. I really love it. And Lighthouse is just one of those Victoria staples.
Yeah, another one that's been around like OG, big time.
In 98, they were founded.
Wow.
That's quite a few years of making delicious craft beer.
Yeah.
And a lot of those beers are just, once again, those like all-time classics. When you get like the big bottle of Depth Charge, you see those, and it comes out different every year. And I'll just grab one, put it in the back of the fridge. And just wait.
For sure. That's always a treat to pull that out. We've been able to get that on tap before.
We've had.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, that's it for Tap Talks. We're not always going to get all the laughs, but one thing you can damn well be sure of is that we're going to tell you all about 4 amazing beers that we have on tap.
All from Victoria this time.
Yeah. So shout out to Victoria, 10th anniversary, Victoria Craft Beer Week. If anybody goes to Victoria, throw a post up, tag us in it.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear about your experience. And I'm going to be in Victoria March 7th until the 10th. So I'm going to hit up a couple events. Definitely going to visit the Drake. There's a handful of breweries that I'm going to be swinging by to maybe pick up a keg of beer from them. Little operation with our friends at Keg Share, making things happen to get us some beers we haven't had. So
some breweries that haven't been here before.
Should I say what they are and like tease people to like come all the way to the end of the video? Actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna. Yeah. Okay, I'll do 2. I'll do half now. So we've got some Whistle Boy lined up, and we've got some Swift beer lined up, and then there's 2 more. So that's it. I'm Tim.
I'm Josh,
and that was Tap Talks. Ding! I wonder how we did for time.
Look, the thing fell down. You dramatically.
I'm not gonna get it. My phone.
Just have the balloon fly by.
Oh, it's not gonna go.
Yeah.
Episode 60.
Yeah.
That's not creepy at all, eh?
Yeah, how it just started like drifting down from the ceiling.
Maybe we could open a brewery called Drift Balloon instead of Driftwood.
Yeah. The drifting balloon.
Who's got more lung power?
I played bagpipes.
Yeah. And scene.